Now we're moving on to, I guess, NBC, where we see, I think it's coming from them, where we read, and this is a recap of there is a growing shadow campaign to defend creepy Joe Biden from House Republicans. You know what I'm saying? And from what they're saying, the president hasn't said if he's running for office yet, but the Demon Democrats are already preparing to efforts to defend him ahead of an expected rematch with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. But anyway, as Republicans prepare to use their new House majority to probe the creepy Joe Biden's business dealings, you know what I'm saying, of the president, little creepy Joe's son, little Junior, you know what I'm saying, Hunter not kids to be Biden. Demon Democrats are assembling a con, a constellation, I guess, of groups to respond. President Joe Biden hasn't said if he's running for re-election, but the group are designed to defend him and to listen to that, defend him and discredit their opponents and discredit their opponents. That's reverse psychology, making you believe that they're so righteous when they're so wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you can't see it because you're not looking at the historical facts. The only thing you're looking at is probably the contract and those who was out probably following due to what their parents told them when they were born in this time, not that era. You know what I'm saying? But you say to discredit their opponents, including launching intense opposition research efforts into the Republican leading the charge in Congress ahead of a likely rematch with the President of the United States, Trumpy Bear, Donald J. Trump, Trumpy Bear, baby, in 2024. You know what I'm saying? There's from what we've seen, there's a 3 News war room have sprung up in the past 2 weeks to combat the House Republicans' investigation, you know what I'm saying, backed by, you know what I'm saying, multi-million-dollar dark money, whatever, who gives a shit. Demon Democrats deal with dark money too. You know what I'm saying? They've been dealing with dark money ever since they probably came up into the government and even before. So what the fuck is he talking about dark money? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But you launching this attack because you want to make sure that the people see you in some kind of light, but your light is garbage. You know what I'm saying? And if the people are too stupid to see it, like I said, they've been brainwashed because they've been born in a certain time, place, and did no research. Always was led by the political value of their parents' words and so forth and so on. So when they come up, you know what I'm saying, the same thing they do is the same as going to church. You know what I mean? If your parents took you to church and that's what you did, that's what you're going to be living by when it comes to your faith or whatever faith you claim to be fading in, you know what I'm saying, as far as some kind of spirituality for you. You know what I'm saying? Rather than look within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we see a lot of garbage going on. You know what I'm saying? They're preparing months before the, you know, they prepare for what? You know what I'm saying? Because if anybody would vote and still, and even when we look at Representative Jim Jordan, a Republican of Ohio, who is poised to use his likely chairmanship to the chairmanship of the Judiciary Committee aggressively investigating allegations and polarization of the Justice Department, said last month, which they did. You know what I'm saying? Months at their CPAC, that the GOP majority would work to frame up the 2024 race. You know what I'm saying? When we look at it, you know what I'm saying? These are shams investigation. You can take Jordan's word for it, you know what I'm saying? saying Kyle Higgy or whatever his name is, or whatever, you know, probably sound like I'm not, you know, a founder and executive director of one of the newest war rooms. Of course, we expected that. The the Congressional Integrity Project, yeah, read, which is a relaunch to counter the investigation. Yeah, reads, that's for sure. They don't have an agenda that will help America. They have only one agenda, is to the only agenda they have, and it's a political agenda in order to stay in power and stay in control. These are the demon Democrats. I'm telling you, they did so much garbage in our country, you know what I'm saying, and so much racist and garbage bullshit, and then conning people off into believing in them. Meanwhile, they're the ones who came and wrecked your neighborhood, poisoned your neighborhood, did all kinds of shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Robbed you, steal. But then when the problem comes down, the first thing they do is run to say they're coming to rescue from the problem that they caused. You know what I'm saying? We see New York coming off the Hill News. We see Alejandro O. O'Connell or whatever his name is. I don't know. I'm not going on the line with that. From the Hill News 4 days ago, Eastern Standard Time. New York convicted, a New Yorkers convicted of hate crimes must now go through hate crime prevention training. Yeah. Well, I got news for Kathy Hoxel on this one. You need to do it to the demon Democrats. They needed it. They needed it, maybe 90, 60, 70, 80 years ago or more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know what you're talking about, all this different stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we see a witch hunt against former soldiers continue, saying military veterans group. This is coming in by Rebecca Black 1 day ago. Remember, this is a late edition, so this could be way later. The military veterans has backed a government bill to something to do with a court case around Northern Ireland, trouble past as we see. You know what I'm saying? The military veterans has backed the government bill to end the court case around the Northern Ireland trouble past, as the former soldiers was convicted for. A former soldier was convicted for manslaughter of a 34-year-old. I guess he was convicted for manslaughter of convicted of manslaughter of a man 34 years ago. His name is David Holden, was found guilty of manslaughter of Adina something, I don't know how you say his name, close to an army checkpoint in, I guess, somewhere over there in their country. You know what I'm saying? But he's now protesting to say that they were wrong about something that went on. But that's their troubles and their time. They need to fix it over there, especially in Ireland and different places. Post-election misinformation targets Arizona, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Videos on Fox News show Wisconsin poll workers. On Tuesday, someone posted a clip to social media and claimed instead that it showed Philadelphia election workers doctoring ballots. You know what? I don't give a damn. And it's a damn shame that it took so long in many of these votes as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes to show that a lot of shit going on, especially in Arizona and different places. You know what I'm saying? We still have a weak front there. You know what I'm saying? But we see the World Health Organization, you know what I'm saying, organization chief admits key error it made at the start of COVID outbreak. You know what I'm saying? The World Health Organization, outstanding chief scientist has expressed regret over the organization early handling of the COVID pandemic. You know what I'm saying? We see a funny name, 63-year-old admitted. Some scientists, you have a funny name, but I'm not saying it. You know what I'm saying? 63 admitted that the WHO should have acknowledged early on that SARS-CoV-2 could be transmitted through aerosols, as she reflects on her time at the polls. You know what I'm saying? we should have done it much earlier and so forth and so on. You know what I mean? But that's your issue, and we're not getting into it because we know full well what's going on. You know what I'm saying? By now you should. We have the sixth borough coming in by the political. The sixth borough, how Westchester became a demon Democrat firewall in New York. Nobody gives a flying fuck, and Westchester need to get off the bullshit. And that's point frank. Now we see the Gothamist news here, the Gothamist, you know what I'm saying, coming up from Iraq. It looked like Iraq, you know what I'm saying, Saddam Aram, I guess one day ago, when it was later edition, it could be later, taking on racial inequality in New York. Where to begin? I tell you where to begin, because I'm not going down the road because they shouldn't even be talking about this in the first place. But they go to show how the beast seems to always want to take control. I tell you one way you could start: get rid of the demon Democrats out of Republican, get the demon Democrats out of the White House or put them in check, clean out the Republican Party, put them in check, and